What's cracking, YouTube? Welcome back to Myers Two-Stroke RC Garage, and today I'm just coming at you with a little short video. I've come to a point where I think I need to stop and record a little stuff and let everybody know what's going on with everything what's going on. I guess as far as, you know, getting the 71 in, it's a little bit more elaborated or elaborative or whatever than putting it in a Baja, I guess, in my opinion. So the first thing you got to do is you got to basically you got to cut that bracket, and not only do you have to cut it, but you have to basically grind it down so it will clear the ignition coil for the engine. And okay, and what I wanted to say is right in through here, I had to take a little bit more material off of the bracket, so to clear that bolt. So that's a really tight squeeze in there. I mean, you can put a feeler gauge through it. I can't remember what thickness it is. It's like a few thousandths. You know, it's a gap, probably a millimeter, half a millimeter gap through here. I wanted to mention that. And then, so that's what you got to do for this brace. And I'll be right back. Okay, so then what I have done, I got that tool there just because I haven't got everything tight yet. I'm still going through my dry fit. But then what I've done is I've used this this factory bracket for the Baja, and what I've done is I left that. Remember, I left that one hole, and I had that bolt going through. What I did was I took an extra bolt I had with an extra nut, and I put it through the backside and put a nut on the end of it. So this brace is tied into this brace. So that's what I did there as far as that goes. And then as far as the tank goes, here, let me see if I can get that out of the way. I plugged, what is it, the return for the primer, the primer that was on it, because this carburetor doesn't have a primer. And then I need to adjust my vent yet. I haven't done that. But then I got my vent and then the one feed line going to the carburetor. So that's how I've done the tank. And then I also wanted to tell everybody, this tank is the exact same tank as a Baja. That's just what it is. It's the exact same tank. So I just want to let everybody know that. So we're going to come over to this side. And you can see I got the transmission's just mocked up in there. And then this bracket, you have to do modification to this one as well. And what you have to do is, you can see I've had to trim around so the clutch bell will fit inside that bracket, because the 62 millimeter clutch bell will not fit in there. So the clutch bell will rub on the bracket. So you got to grind that bracket down and whatnot. So that's what I've done as far as that. And on that note, I do want to mention this. This gear plate is kind of tricky. It took me quite a few times to figure it out, but you see how I have my bolts turned in here already, and that is because all four of these holes appear to be threaded. So you flip this over, and those bolts actually mount your brake mechanism to the gear plate. So yeah, those bolts, they don't just slide in and go all the way through. It's a little bit more tricky, and it takes some timing when you're trying to start the bolts on the 71 case. Because if you don't start the bolts at the correct time, then you'll be a thread off and it'll leave a gap. So it's kind of weird, kind of tricky to set up. And then the same goes with the front. Yeah, same goes with the front. And then behind these two ears is that one bracket. So that's how that rolls. And then as far as gearing setup, what I've come up with, and I don't know how this is going to work. I can do the exact opposite ratio, and that'll work. And I can I've dug through my black bone gearing to see what I can get to work, and this seems about the closest combination to what I had in the Baja. And what we're running is it's 28 tooth pinion and 47 tooth spur. So 28-47 is the gear ratio I'm running right out of the box with the 71 Supreme in it. So, and these fasteners here, just the ones that I took out of the transmission, and that transmission comes with all new fasteners. One thing I did want to touch on is I'm going to have to pull this transmission out, so hold on a second. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you guys. I got the transmission apart, and I got it, well, obviously apart. I took it apart. I took it out of the machine and took it apart so I could show you guys something. But I did notice this when I took the factory the plastic housing off and I was switching the gears. If you notice, the ring gear and that lay shaft drive gear, they are a different color than the idler gear. Notice that. Well, that is telling me that they're made out of a different material, or they've been through a different heat treat system or sequence or something, because this gear, in my opinion, should be the same color as these two gears. And maybe that's why people are having problems with this gear, is because it's really not actually, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's probably a weak link in the transmission. And I don't know whether they put it there on purpose or what it's there for, but yeah, I just noticed that right straightforward. So it's either I'm right and that is the weak link in the transmission, or what they've done is it's been, I don't know, year and a half since they released it or something like that. And what they've done is they've upgraded that idler gear. I don't know. Time is going to tell, because this thing will break it if it's not up for the task. So I guarantee you that it won't last long, because this thing it's brute force, guys. This is just unreal brute force, guys. So I'm really excited to get this project finished up. I just wanted to kind of mention the stuff that I found so far, I guess the little quirky things that I might, I guess, so to speak, find or whatever. But yeah, I wanted to mention that gear. One other thing I wanted to mention is this. Everybody wants to know if a Baja transmission will fit. And the Baja transmission does fit. You got your rear bulkhead you can bolt there, and yeah, you could bolt a front bulkhead there. At first I didn't think you can, but yeah, you can bolt your front bulkhead there. So I would say you could probably, the clearance is all but there on that. Yeah, it's all but there. So yeah, I got it all pressed in, and I don't think it's touching. Yeah, you can see daylight through there. So the Baja transmission will fit, so to speak. I'm trying to figure out, because then you could put your bulkheads in, your hinge pins, your upper and lower control arms. The only thing is, your Baja rear control arms aren't going to be as wide as the Kraken Vesla, because the Vesla is wider than a Baja, even with the extended length. So you would run into an issue like that unless somebody's going to make, control arms or something extra wide control arms, and maybe you can get the ones from Roven or whatever, the max control arms that look goofy. But me, I'm not gonna do that. I could, try to throw in the back half of what's on the Punisher and go that route, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is just exactly what we got going on here. I'm going to use the transmission and everything, as it comes, and I'm not going to be, doing that stuff, with a Baja rear end. I guess, guys, what I'm saying is the parts look close. If somebody out there wants to try doing it and try building the back half like a Baja, more power to them, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to wait for upgrades to come out and be patient. So that's what I got going on, and all that stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to come at you with a quick little video on what was going on with the, what I had so far, with the braces and this brace, and how I reused that factory brace there that came from, the original Taylor 71 or actually it came with the 40. I still haven't mocked up the pipe or done anything like that. You know, it's still way early in the game. So I did, you know, just like I said, I wanted to come at you with a, you know, quick little video and let you guys know what I've ran into and what I've done so far and all that stuff to catch everybody up to speed. So if everybody liked the video, like it, subscribe, share, comment, do all that stuff, guys. And we will see you in the next one.